Happy Saturday, you guys. Happy Saturday. I haven't came on here in a couple of days, and that's because something has happened. I got laid off from my job a couple of days ago. Well, on Thursday, actually, a couple of days ago, Thursday. And at first, I was really upset. I was really upset. Like, I did a lot of work on a project that I had, and it just this project went back all the way from 2019. You know, and I feel like I put a lot of soul, my heart and soul into that project. And at the end of the day, my boss, she just wasn't satisfied with it. I had a boss that honestly I didn't like her at all. You just, and I'm not just saying this because I got laid off. I'm saying this because you know how you come across people and you just know you don't vibe with them. You just don't, you don't vibe with them. I didn't like the way she talked to us sometimes. I felt like she was talking down to us. I felt like she was very trying to be like a mama scolding her kids, and I didn't like that at all. And so I didn't really get along with her, but it wasn't where I ever showed it. I was very professional. I never showed it. I'm not a brown nosed person, and so I'm not going to just cater to you and start being fake with you because you have the key of whether or not I'm going to keep my job. That's just not me. It is what it is. It's going to happen. What's going to happen is what's going to happen, right? So, yeah. I was really upset because I was thinking, oh my God, I got to pay rent, I got bills, I got so many things to do. I got my son, I want to move, I have so many things that I need to do. But I got laid off. And so yeah, it did hit me hard because I felt like out of everyone in that group, she laid me off first, and I was producing, but she laid me off. And I kind of feel like it was a personal thing. I don't know. I just feel that way. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. Maybe it's not real, but that's just how I feel, and sometimes when you feel a certain way, it's not wrong that you feel a certain way. It's not wrong because you just got left your job and you think, okay, maybe people think I'm talking from bitterness. No, I'm not bitter at all. So like I said, I was very upset at first. And I was very emotional, and I called DC because I needed to talk to DC. You know how he always keeps me calm and keeps me from jumping over that cliff. And he's always the voice of reasoning, so I tend to depend on him a lot when it comes to a lot of things because he lets me see things a little differently. Anyway, I spoke to him. And like I said, that whole night I was kind of upset, even after speaking to DC. But you know what I did when I got home? I got on the computer. And I do accounting. I got on the computer and I started doing resumes. I updated my resume and I started pushing it at job applications out. I got on LinkedIn and I started just pushing them out. I think from Thursday night till today, I have done 24, if not 25 applications. And I know I'm going to get a job with my experience alone. I've been doing it since 94. So I'm not worried about that. But I have decided that I do want to keep 100% remote if I can because I have to be here for my son. I have to make sure my son has a way to come in going from school. I don't ever want him to feel like he's not important to me or that he matters or that he comes second because my child does not come second. I don't care what job I have. And so, yes, and I'm still want to get the apartment that's by his school because that way he's able to walk home, without any issues. And I don't have to be stressed and worried about that. So I did 24, 25 applications, and I know one of them are going to call me, if not one or two, because of my experience alone. So I started to think. DC was like, pray. And so I did. That night I prayed. And my faith has always been very big. I've never given up faith on a lot of things that I have dealt with. I've never given up faith. I've never turned to alcohol or drugs or anything like that. I've always kept faith. And I think as my kids have always kept me grounded because I know this is just not about you. I've always felt it wasn't just about me, that my kids were always a bigger story. My kids are always the bigger picture, and so I've always had to maintain myself strong for my babies. And so that's what I did. So I did my applications, you guys, and then I went to school. I went to sign up for my classes for school yesterday too. I took my test and signed up for that. And it's like, just because I have like a hiccup in my path, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to still keep on doing what I need to do. I'm going to still go to school. I know I'm going to get a job. I'm going to go to school, get a job. I'm going to move. I'm going to be able to do the things that I need to do. But what I'm not going to do is feel sorry for myself. And what I'm not going to do is give up on my faith, because I have too much of it to do that. I have too much in it. And I know God, you know what? He does things for a reason. He knew that I was driving 4 hours a day from Tuesday to Thursday. And I was tired. I wasn't tired physically. I was tired mentally. And I was like, okay, something's got to change. So I think he puts me in the place that I need to be when I need to be at, where I need to be at. And I think he makes me stay still for a second just to realize, okay, this is not a bad thing. It's a blessing. So yes, I left the job because I didn't like my boss. I thought the way they did things in accounting was like a taxi cab way of doing it. They went around the issue. They went around the things that needed to be done. It was harder to do things. It was stupid. Didn't make no sense. I am going to miss quite a few people there that I did work with and that I love. But I know they'll see me on my channel because they have it. And so I'm not worried about that. And, we have our numbers and stuff, and we'll keep close contact with each other, because I started and grew bonds with a couple of them. So, it's not an issue for me. So I'm not worried about it. But what I will tell you guys, and I did this. I'm not going to say don't do it, because I did it. Like, you keep a job sometimes because you have to. You got your bills to pay. You got your rent to pay. And because you just have to keep that job, because why, right? I was making good money from it. But at the same time you start to lose your value. You start to lose who you are. You start to see just the money, and you don't see yourself. You stop to think about your goals, and you give up on yourself just a tiny bit, and you deal with crap that you're not going to deal with otherwise. Like I always said, if I see her in an alley in the dark, I'm probably gonna whoop her ass. But it is what it is. Some people are just who they are. They get a little title and they become a different type of person. And so she was who she was. It's funny that, I'm not going to even go there. But yeah, she's just who she is. And it's okay. It's okay, because I feel like the keys are in my car. The keys are in the car. The keys are already in the car. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're in the driver's seat. Some people are who they are. They're not going to change, and they get a little title and they act like they're the queen of all queens. But yes, so I'm fine with that. I'm okay. I feel like there's bigger and better things for me along the horizon, which was crazy, y'all, because I took my test yesterday. And I felt very proud of that. I felt so good that I took my test, and I did very good at my test. And I get fearful of things sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been in school in so long. I forgot certain things like you kind of doubt yourself and you doubt your abilities that you have, which I did that. Like I did that, and I did it for so long. But yesterday I took my test and I did it very good. Did it under 2 hours. And I was very proud of the score that I got. And I did kind of downplay myself and my brain, so, but I feel better. And then I have this counselor. My guidance counselor. Her name is Carla. And oh my God, we've never met, you guys. We've never met. But for the first time that we got on the phone, it was like old girlfriends on the phone. And she came into my life, and she's been a blessing ever since. So I was telling her my issues, right? And she's like, I got you. Do you not know? She got promoted. Like, before the holidays, she got promoted, right? And I had told her, she goes, I got you. Do you not know I'm the one who hires anyone on the campus? She's the person who hires whoever needs to be hired on the campus. And I told her, look, I would do whatever I need to do. It's just to make sure that I'm good, and to make sure I have a roof over my child's head, and to make sure we're good, And so I said, I don't care where I start off. If I have to be a custodial worker, then I'm going to do that. If I have to work in a cafeteria, then I'm going to do that. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's my baby. And it's about me doing what I need to do to maintain and keep us at a level that he's comfortable, that he feels, okay, mom got my back. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to sleep, electricity, cable, anything being cut off because mom got my back. And this mom does. I would do whatever I need to do for my babies. And so she's like, I got you. And so I felt good because it was Friday, right? And she was like, okay, the holiday is Monday. Ain't no one on their teams. Ain't no one trying to work or answer their calls or anything. So I'm going to leave a message and I'll call you back on Monday. So I feel good with that because I know she has my back and I know that she's going to help me. But even though she does, it still doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do. Like if I have to get 2 jobs, I'm going to get 2 jobs. Like I've done that before. I've had 3 at one point. And so it's okay. Like if I have a vision, all I have is like tunnel vision. Like I'm focused on what I need to do. I'm focused on moving, getting my apartment. I'm focusing on going to school now. I'm focusing on my son and making sure we're good. I'm making sure that everything is good. And within that path, I want to make sure that I'm not hurting anybody or that I didn't disappoint anybody or that I didn't take advantage of anybody. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to keep myself the same way that I've always been. And I'm going to keep my faith. I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to be positive. And it was so crazy just because I was talking to DC on the phone yesterday. He goes, your breathing is getting heavy now. Are you starting to stress out? And stuff like that. It takes a good person, a loyal person, and someone who really knows you, who knows that, okay, even your breathing is changing. So he picks up on that. And he picks up on that. You know, so that makes me feel so much better. It really does because I break down a lot, y'all. I break down a lot. And sometimes it's about my old ex. Or sometimes I have regrets that things that I've done, you know. Or I'm trying to figure out the whys in the house and the you know what's. And he kind of cleared them up with me. He's like, okay, do you want me to tell you the truth? Or do you want me to be real, your friend, or whatever? It's like he doesn't sugarcoat anything. And I don't want no one to sugarcoat anything with me because I'm not made of glass. And although I've been through a lot of things, I'm not made of glass. And I think it's because I've been through so much is what makes my skin a little bit tougher. It makes me deal with things a little bit different. I get emotional, yeah, because you still have a sense of disappointment, right? When stuff like that happens like that, there's still a sense of disappointment because you feel like you let yourself down, you feel like you let your family down, blah, 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 you know, goes on and on and on. But sometimes things just happen for a reason. Sometimes you're taken out of a place, of a position to be in a better place. Sometimes it's like a wake-up call. Sometimes like figure out yourself. And sometimes you just need to be still. And I was telling him that. He said, you're not going to be still. I was like, no, I can't be still because I had to apply for this and this and this and this and that. So, yes, I'm not going to be still. I don't think I'm going to be still, you guys, until I move into my apartment. And me and my son are just finally unpacked. We're comfortable and we're home. That's what I think I'm going to be still. But until then, I'm not going to be still. Until then, I'm not going to give up on myself or think crazy thoughts. And I'm going to pray, keep my faith, and let God lead my way because I know he's behind all this. And I know because he knew that I probably would have kicked her ass. You know, so he took me out of that position. Like I've done it before at one of my jobs and I got fired the very next day. But that was the old Marty or the younger Marty. But you can only deal with so many things so much for so long. So long. And I felt like, although she wasn't bothering me, I just felt like I was frustrated because it became to a point where it was just being micromanaged. And I feel like if you're a boss and your employees know what they're doing, then let them do it. Don't be behind their back or over their shoulders because you don't need to do that. It just makes the work environment more heavy, more hostile. Everybody's angry. Nobody wants to do extra stuff because they don't feel like you're appreciated. And so you have to give your employees room to breathe, room to make the mistakes, trial and error, you know, and let them figure out their way, figure out the way they're going to move. And it was crazy because this was my controller who let me go, but my manager, she's on leave of LOA, right? She was amazing. The first time she interviewed me, we clicked too. We were like girlfriends. We just like clicked. I think we talked to each other for 10 minutes about the job, and then the rest was like personal. And you just know when people come into your life, they're coming in for a reason. Like I feel her and Carla in DC are not just for a season. They're for a reason, you know? And I honestly just appreciate them all. But I felt like she was there for a good month and a half, and then she went on LOA. But within that time, and she just moved like 8 minutes down the street from me. So like she's in my area now. She came from San Diego now. She's in my area, and she absolutely loves it over here. But when I got laid off, I told her, like, dude, guess what happened? And she's like, what? So I told her everything that was happening. She's scheduled to go back, and she probably will. But I know that if she ever goes anywhere else and don't go to that same spot, that she got my back. She'll remember me, and she knows how I work, and she knows how I roll, and she knows how I move. So she would go ahead and call me. And I like that because we on the phone, we text each other a lot. And it's just not boss, manager and employee. It's friends. And I like that I build that with her. And I like that she sees my character. She sees how that I am. So that's very important. When people work with you and they know how you are, they'll keep in touch with you. Honestly, they'll keep in touch with you. And if they move to a bigger and better position, they have you in mind and they want to bring you with them. And so I know she would. I wouldn't go back to that job, but I know I would go somewhere else with her because I trust her and I know how she manages her people and her group. So yes, I would. But yeah, so that's why I haven't been on here, because I've been dealing with that, and I wanted to make sure I took my son to the dentist. I went to school and took my tests, and I did my applications, and I called my guidance counselor. And I just wanted to make sure that all my I's were dotted and my T's were crossed, because, okay, this time that I have since I'm not working, I'm going to take the time to do what I need to do. I'm going to take the time to maybe get in my garage. I'm going to take the time to drop off all those clothes. I was supposed to go to LA today to help and donate clothes, but they're like overly, they don't need no more. They're like, have a lot of stuff. They're overly donated. People have donated stuff, and so now they're not taking any more things. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm gonna run a couple of errands and take my daughter's dog back to her. That's like top of my list. I'm gonna take her back to her mother, and then I'm gonna figure things out over here. But yeah, you guys pray for me. You guys pray for me, keeping me in your prayers, because it's a hard time. And I think the saddest thing about all of this is like when you don't have a partner. Like sometimes you deal with all these things. At the end of the day, you still want that hug. You still want that lay my head on his chest. That it'll be okay, babe. That type of thing. I think that's the hardest part. But I gotta count my blessings because I have DC, who's an amazing friend. And no, I'm not gonna rest my head on his chest. But he has told me over and over, you're gonna be okay. And I know I'm gonna be okay because why wouldn't I? I mean, I have the experience and the things that I've done. I know way too much not to be able to get a job. And I know someone will see that. And hopefully, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Pray on it that I'll get a remote job so that I'm here and be able to function and take care of my child, take care of my home, and be here more than I am away from the house. Because I really would love to be blessed with a remote job. And so that I don't have to worry about anything, because it's hard when you're a single parent and you have to rely on a lot of things when it comes to your kid. And so I definitely would love that. I definitely want that. And that's what I'm aiming for, because I put a lot of applications in for it. So I'm definitely aiming for that. So yeah, you guys. So aside from that, you guys, all I can say is never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. And if you know you got the talent, the people who sees it is going to call you and follow you and going to want you to be a part of their team. The people that actually know that, okay, they look at your app, they look at your resume and they say, okay, she knows what she's doing. She's been around the block a few times, right? So don't give up on yourself. Keep trying. Keep doing you. Keep being yourself. Keep being real. And above all, keep having faith. Pray on it, and pray on it. Like, stalk God at this time. Stalk God. Like, I say to myself, I have more conversations with God than I do with human beings. Because when I'm in my car, I'm talking to God. Like when I'm walking, I'm talking to God. When I'm frustrated sitting at my desk, I'm talking to God. When things just don't go right, I'm talking to God. And I'd be like, God, take the wheel. God, give me some grace. Oh, Lord, take the wheel. Give me some patience or whatever the case is. I say that a lot to myself because I know how I am. And I know because of all the things that I've been through, God has kept me strong. God has kept me faithful. He's kept my faith at a level that has never been for anything else in my life. And so I know things will work out the way they need to work out. The apartment that I'm going to go to is right by my son's school, number one. that's amazing because he'll be able to walk home without any problems. And number two, y'all, the college is right across the street from this apartments, like right across the street. No, that's two. So all that works together in my favor. All that is going to happen for me, and I believe that it will. I believe that me getting laid off, was probably the best thing that could have happened to me because I feel like I needed it. I feel like it pushed me to where I needed to go. And you guys, guess what I've decided to do? Guess what I've decided to do? So, I think I'm going to be an RN. Yep, I didn't want to at first because the sight of blood and all the other bodily fluid stuff. I feel like I couldn't do it right. I feel like I wasn't going to do it. I feel like, you know what? I've had 5 kids. I have tons of nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. And I've been through it. Like, I helped my ex-husband with his grandfather, you know. I've been in those positions where I've helped people and I'm very nourishing and I give them my all and I want them to be comfortable. I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel appreciated. And I want them to feel like someone cares for them. So, yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that and let that be what I do after accounting. I'm going to do that because why not, right? The crazy thing is I have a daughter-in-law who's an RN, and I know she did it for like 4 years. She did her bachelor's and all this stuff, and so she was at real good. You know, she's leveled up there. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I do know that I'm going to go be an RN. And if I have the time, then I probably will go after my bachelor's and do it. But it's only going to take me 2 years to do what I want to do. But I think because I had instilled it in me already that I want to get my bachelor's, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and then get my bachelor's because I don't want there to be no limitations to what I can do and what I can't do. And if I already put my mind and heart to it, I think I'm going to still do it. So I'm ready for that, you guys. So it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy because it's not going to be easy. But I'm going to do everything that I need to do to be where I need to be and to get what I need to get and to make sure that I'm good. And even if I'm doing this alone, then I'm going to do it alone because I'm only alone when a person is looking at me. But I'm not walking alone. So that right there makes me feel so better. I know when I walk, I'm never alone. And I know I have the faith, the presence, the spirit of God with me. So I'm good with that, you guys. And I think right now, that's okay. I think that's going to be an amazing thing. Why am I talking to you guys and thinking about, oh my God, I need to take out the trash in my office? There's a lot of trash in here. There's a lot of trash. So I'm going to make sure I take that out. I'm going to Sam's Club today and I'm going to go to some storage bins because I need to start moving things. I need to start packing things because I never know what can happen. I never know what can happen. So I need to be ready. I'd rather be ready. I'd rather stay ready than to get ready. That's the word to say, stay ready than to get ready. So I'm going to pack some things up and I'm going to make sure that, that I keep myself focused and I have that tunnel vision and I do what I need to do. I was going to come on here a couple of days ago to tell you guys this, but yesterday, but I didn't think I was ready to. I didn't think I could say it without breaking a tear and then having a stream of tears come down, you know. So I was telling DC, no, I haven't did it. I'm going to do it today. So I'm glad that I did it today because I'm more calm. I'm more composed and my faith is there 100-fold. And so I know and believe, I'm not just speaking it, I know that I believe that I can do better, get better, and be better. And I can do it by myself. And like I said, I'm only alone visually, I guess I should say, physically. But I'm not alone spiritually because I know my God's with me. I know He's on my side. And so, yes, I'm a walk in His grace. And I appreciate you guys for coming on here and all the ones that I have on here that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I really do appreciate you guys. And I'm so thankful that I have decided to do my YouTube channel because it helps me. And I'm doing something different. And I'm going to go ahead and build this channel. Whether it does take me every day, I'm going to do it every day. Like Dante said, like, you can't just think of it as a hobby. This is a job. This is I'm now going to say it's my career. this is my life right now, is YouTube. And so I'm going to consistently do that. I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be on here weak sometimes. I'll be emotional sometimes. I'm going to be sad. Sometimes I'm going to be happy. Sometimes I'm going to be burdened and feel like I'm overwhelmed and like the world is just eating at me. But look, I'm going to still be on here because at the end of the day, this girl right here, she's pretty strong. She's pretty strong. And I'm going to stay that way because I feel like I'm not a horrible person. And I feel like I deserve some greatness too. And I feel like at the end of the day, I'm moving the way that I'm supposed to move. And I'm moving according to God. And I'm moving with this head that he gave me, with all the knowledge that he gave me, and been doing accounting for 94, that I could do whatever I want to do because I know I can. And that's like a, cliche. Everybody say, be whatever you want to be. Nothing to stop you. But it's actually true. And I feel like when I'm saying it, I know that I'm saying it with all good intentions. I know I'm being honest and I'm being raw with you guys. So I just want you guys to know, yes, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on my video. It's already 25 minutes, so I don't want to keep it longer. But thank you so much. I just want to give you guys a recap what's going on in my life so that you guys don't think I abandoned you because I'm still here. You guys have an amazing day. Have a great, amazing weekend. Pay it forward. Be kind. Be nice. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.